Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 485, and it is your review of Kagemusha. We're back to continue on with our month here as we look at films that have won the coveted Palme d'Or at the
Palme
Cannes Film
d'Or.
Festival. The Cannes Film Festival, as we celebrate this year's Cannes Film Festival. And as always, it is the Nerd Chicana here to host the show, alongside my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody?
Okay, what the fuck you waiting for, bro?
I just twirling my mustache.
Twirling on your stash, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, happy Monday to everybody, or whenever you are listening to this on a Tuesday or beyond. We hope everyone is having a good day, having a good time.
It's a Monday, but
yeah. Brad,
okay, so
of
Mondays.
course, before we get into any of this stuff, thank you, Kylie, for joining us in the chat. How are you doing? We are doing fine.
I'm sleepy.
Really sleepy, yeah.
Kind of sleepy.
Yeah. Brad, how are you doing, man?
Another day, another dollar, another night to make these. I'm not going there.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, nope. I know what you were gonna try to say, Brad. And, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh man, what you been up to, man? How's work today? What have you any new things as of late?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Same shit, different day. I mean, so I went to work, did the work thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain, like, it's the what. So when you're an engineer, you can't explain what a fucking engineer does.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really, like, nobody knows what engineers do. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Like, they look at engineers like, what do you do? I'm like, I know math.
I do math shit.
I know paperwork and shit.
Yeah.
And I get yelled at by a lot of people, so.
Yeah. Not much else going on, right? I don't really know how to explain to you all what I do in my life. This is what I do, and that's all I can tell you.
I mean, I've been doing it for 11 years now, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna keep doing the podcast until this blows up, and then I'm gonna be like, sayonara.
Sayonara, motherfuckers. Yep.
We're gonna be at Cannes.
Yeah.
Or Con. Yeah,
Con,
Con.
yeah.
I'm gonna call it Cannes though while I'm there and be like, yeah, this is good. Cannes is amazing.
As long as you don't call it Canes, Brad.
Canes.
Don't call it Canes.
Where's Raising Canes?
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed these movies on Mondays, because Tuesday's movies, garbage movies, continues to. Honestly, 100%.
I mean, Kylie's not lying. She's got that down pat.
Let's
explain to the public what we're doing tomorrow so they can come in and watch us struggle.
Tomorrow, y'all, we are going to be live on twitch.tv/nerdcore, youtube.com/nerdcore. We're going to be watching watching and commentating M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender. And today we're not going to do that, because today we're going to be reviewing a movie that's actually good, actually really good. Yeah. Whereas tomorrow we're going to be watching a movie that's absolute shit.
So it's like we're being judged here. Like, we're on the scales. Yeah, yep. I'm putting Moon Knight into there.
Yep. Sadly, Brad, like I don't know, man. I mean, you give people this power. What else do you expect them to do with it, right?
What it is understood. Trust me, you pay us $25, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, as long as it meets the rules that we have placed, we'll do it.
Exactly.
Are we gonna enjoy it?
I'm not saying no. Like, I'm gonna talk shit about this movie. That is my goal in this, is just to talk shit about shitty movies. And generally talk shit about other movies too, if I want to. Yeah. But especially the shitty movies.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Kylie's asking, is Last Airbender worse than Moonfall? I don't know, Kylie. I've only seen Moonfall.
Well, never mind. I'm gonna take my yes back, because I haven't watched Last Airbender since I was a kid. Since I was a fucking.
Wait, when did The Last Airbender come out?
2009, Brad.
Okay, when you say you're a kid,
I was like a teen. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting here all old and shit and just being I'm crinkly.
I'm not like Aiden, who this movie actually came out when he was a kid, because he's like younger than me. But like I was like a teenager when this movie came out, and
Trying to remember what the fuck happened in 2009, where I was.
the recession.
Ouch!
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Actually, I was still in college. So I was 1 year from graduating college and then understanding what the fuck the recession meant. Be
Mm-hmm.
like, please hire me for minimum wage. Please let
Please.
me gain experience because every other place is paying shit but want 5 years experience.
Difficult times, huh, Brad?
I will work for bread and water. Just give me experience.
And that's when Brad always reminds me, like, y'all weren't there, y'all.
That
Like,
was
y'all don't know.
2010. Y'all don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all know
like,
what it
oh,
was.
like it's bad now. Like, don't get me wrong, it's bad.
Yeah.
But like jobs are like everywhere. They kind of are. I mean, they're shitty jobs. Let's be real
Let's
here.
be
They don't
real, with
pay
terrible
well.
pay and yeah.
They're terrible management generally. So that's why people don't want to go to the shitty jobs, and I get that. But in 2010, there were no jobs.
Yeah.
There was one place, and it was like, "Do you want to be an intern?" I'd be like, "I have nothing else going for me.
It's like, I don't know, man. I ain't got much going on
I
for
ain't
me.
got my. I'm still living on my mom's couch. Okay,
Yeah. But I mean, you persevered, Brad, and you are here now.
I'm here. I'm here
We're doing
now.
a podcast.
I'm doing a podcast, which I'm fine with. I've got
Yeah.
my setup. I'm in my happy place. I got an air conditioner that needs to hurry
Yeah.
the fuck up.
Yeah. Brad's like, I can't really ask for much anymore. This is what I've
this is
wanted.
this is kind of life. This is, I mean, this is better than most. I'm
Yeah.
happy with it. Look, I even
Yeah.
got a TV right there.
Yeah. But of course, y'all, we are going to be continuing on. Of course, next week we will be looking at the last film of the month as we discuss Sex, Lies, and Videotape. But today we're going to be looking at Akira Kurosawa's 1980 film Kagemusha that won the Palme d'Or there. So, of course, if you've never
Let's
seen Kagemusha, whatever,
can we,
man.
can we just start out in saying that when Raul gave me the list of
Yeah,
Palme d'Ors and I saw Kurosawa on there, he knew absolutely I was picking that.
yeah,
He knew I was not gonna not pick that.
yeah. I mean, it's like what's it called at this point? If I give you the chance,
I'm gonna pick every Kurosawa film ever made.
like I said, I'm more surprised at your what's it called at your mini pod pick. That's the one that I think I'm like, oh shit,
It
like
looked interesting.
yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
like, wow, I never would have thought Brad would have gone for like Malik and Terrence Malick, and I'm like, okay, well, it makes sense because like a lot of these films are also like international, so like you have could have chosen international, so
It sounded interesting.
yeah,
So
for
that's why
international
kind of
film,
why I chose it.
yeah. So of course, I hope you all are ready for this. If you have not watched this film, Kagemusha, or you care about and you care about spoilers, then you should get out of here. If you do not care about spoilers or you have watched the film, stay here. Either way, how you want it, either way how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Brad. Let's go ahead
Okay.
and do this, Brad. This is your pick.
All right. Coming from our one and only source, Wikipedia, Kagemusha, also known as Shadow Warrior, is a 1980 Jidaigeki film directed by Akira Kurosawa. Kagemusha is the Japanese term for a political decoy, literally meaning shadow warrior. It is set in the Sengoku period of Japanese history and tells the story of a lower class criminal who is taught to impersonate a dying daimyo to dissuade opposing lords from attacking the newly vulnerable clan. The daimyo is based on Takeda Shingen, and the film ends with the climactic 1575 Battle of Nagashino. The film won the Palme d'Or at the 1980 Cannes Film Festival, tied with All That Jazz. It was also nominated for the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film and received other honors. In 2009, the film was voted at number 59 on the list of the greatest Japanese films of all time by Japanese film magazine Kinema Junpu. Okay, what were the other fucking 59? Um, okay, screenplay, Kira Kurosawa, chorus, Masato Ide, produced by Kurosawa and Tomoyuki Tanaka, starring Tatsuya Nakadai. Cinematography, Takao Saito, who I think been his cinematographer multiple times, if
Yeah.
I remember right. And also Masaharu Ueda. Edited by Akira Kurosawa, who is uncredited for it, but it is a runtime of 3 hours. So of course it was Akira Kurosawa. Let's be real here. Budget was, what are we looking at? It, I guess 11 million or 7.5 million. Could go either way apparently. Or 6 million. They don't know.
I don't know.
Clarification needed. That's what it says. And a box office of 33 million. So I made its money back. Plus more.
Plus more.
Good job, Kurosawa. He fucking, plus he got the Palme d'Or. Like, fuck yeah. For a man who, and I guess there should be a warning on this. For a man who had committed suicide, like, before this film. Attempted suicide before this film. Yeah, things were looking up at this time.
Yeah, and he wins one of the grandest prizes to win at a film festival.
And I'm gonna ask this to Raul. Do you think it was deserved?
1980. I mean, hold on. Let me see what came. I mean, let me see what came out that year. To be honest, I don't remember exactly what films were in 1980.
I don't think anything good in 1980.
It's a lot of shit, Brad. We watch a lot of things, Brad.
No, we watch a lot of shit.
Yeah, we watch a lot of shit, man. I mean, this is so this is the year that had like Raging Bull, The Shining. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure this one deserves it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not really finding anything else that I could make like a big argument for, but
no. I mean, I've seen all those movies anyway, and yeah, this is cinematically just pretty damn close to perfect.
Yeah,
if not perfect.
dude. I mean, this is I know we're gonna get really into it, so
you go ahead. No, you go ahead because you already know I'm just gonna deep throat over here. So
yeah. Well, I thought it was shit, man. I'm playing around.
And I'm gonna have to remove a Raul for that.
Easily the worst. Worst. No,
motherfucker.
No, of course I would never say that. I mean, look, like I said, I what's it called? I'm always honest, and I watch these movies, and what's it called? I would tell you if that's the case, but no,
I mean, Raul would tell me if it was shit.
Yeah, I've said it. The only one that I don't like all that much, I don't think is that great, is The Hidden Fortress. I don't think The Hidden Fortress is all that great. It's entertaining for sure. I don't think it's like that great of a movie.
The thing is, once you've watched like every Kurosawa movie, like you kind of go, yeah, Hidden Fortress is great, but not as great as like this.
All these other ones, yeah. It's like it's still a good movie.
Like I think The Hidden Fortress was the first Kurosawa film I watched, and I loved it. So I went on and watched all the others, but I can't compare Hidden Fortress to like Iran, to even a Kagemusha, to Throne of Blood, to Rashomon. I can't, like, you just can't, because it's not the same. It's just the story is not quite there to be made, and that's what I think is that story for The Hidden Fortress isn't as like grandiose as a lot of these other films.
Oh, Brad. Oh, I'm so sorry, Brad. This is the year 1980 Cannes Film Festival. Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker competed for the Palme d'Or.
Oh,
man.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a fucking
I mean, if I was honestly, I would put the tie right there with Kagemusha and fucking Stalker. Well, I've never seen All That Jazz, so you can't really ask me for it. But like, fuck.
I mean, All That Jazz must be pretty good if it tied with this.
Yeah, right? But fuck, man.
Oh wait! Look, it's got Bob Fosse.
Yeah, it's Bob Fosse. Yeah.
Who the fuck?
I mean, you told me, you asked me, man. But damn, bro. I mean, Stalker.
Yeah, I would tie it. With Stalker.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but I gave Stalker a 10. I'm pretty sure. And also, like, I asked you this in yesterday's episode. We'll get into the rest of the film, but the dream sequence.
Yeah.
Did that not remind you of Stalker? The sand part.
Yeah, I was like, but I mean, here, let's go. I mean, yeah, this film, y'all. I mean, what's it called? This is 1980. What's it called? Akira Kurosawa is having quite the career, not just in what's it called in filmmaking, but I mean, also he's having quite the life. It's like we said. The man just attempted suicide, and thankfully, he failed.
Yeah.
He failed, and he Kurosawa just I. It's well now as somebody who has seen every single epic from Kurosawa. I've seen Seven Samurai, Rashomon, what's it called?
Ron.
Ron. I've seen Kagemusha. I've seen every single epic that this man has created. And I always have this like grand um sort of um appreciation that nobody seems to make an epic quite like Kurosawa here, where he slowly builds the anticipation because you know that final battle is gonna come and that big battle is gonna happen, and we know that once we get to the third act of a Kurosawa epic, you know that it crescendos. It
I
crescendos.
I gotta say, I don't know of recent times, or really in a long time, an epic quite like Kurosawa's, other than maybe Dune, the new
Hmm.
Dune. But I need to see the second half of that.
Yeah,
Like if I see the whole thing, that might be up here
yeah.
as like the modern epic.
Yeah, I mean, like the only one that like I mean modern like if I'm looking back like way back in like I'm looking at Fellowship of the Ring. It's hard to say like Two Towers and Return of the King because at least with Return of the King there's many like parts where it really crescendos in the second and third act,
Yeah.
whereas like in Fellowship you get to that last part and it's like holy fuck, but it's so hard to take those films because those, let's be honest, Lord of the Rings is those three movies one big ass movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but the only thing is that Kurosawa has this sort of patience when it comes to Kagemusha, where he's really kind of doing this thing where he's doing great things with the action, but he's also giving you the politics of it all and really showing you how intricate those parts are in this movie. And I mean I love this film. I think this film is fantastic. I think that Tatsuya Nakadai is easily one of his best roles in this movie. Easily one of his best roles.
I also really enjoyed this movie. It's a story of redemption.
Yeah.
In many ways. You have a thief who's about to be crucified. They literally say
Yeah.
he's about to, because we've got what we've got happening, and people don't know is during this time the Catholics show up at Japan and
Hmm.
start working their way into that government process, which is the whole reason for these fucking battles. Is you got
Hmm.
difference in religion really, and a fight for territory. So of course, of course, it's religion based
Yeah.
in Christianity.
Of course. Yeah.
But of course, but that's just how it was, and kind of how it still is. But um, it is truly just the redemption of a man about to be crucified, who, in the span of just a few words with basically his emperor, was so moved that he gave up everything for him in order to fulfill his wishes and keep his kingdom basically whole. If it wasn't for this double, that kingdom would have fallen apart
Hmm.
3 years prior. So because of him and because of his commitment just to this role, I guess you could say, is the whole reason that this kingdom still even existed. And it's amazing. It's breathtaking. The story is just I don't know if you have like the epicness of Ron in this, of just like the tower on fire and like that, but you do have like these amazing battles, and you do have the figures behind like a blood red sky, and it's just cinematography wise, um
It
it's
was
probably one of
incredible.
his best um movies in color.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and I will continue to say Kurosawa is still my favorite in black and white, but I love his color movies too. Like
yeah.
I am truly like falling in love with like Ron in this.
Yeah. And the dream sequence is nuts. I mean, if anybody ever thought like there's no way that Kurosawa could have ever done like a surrealist film, dude, you are crazy because
Oh,
that dream sequence. Also, having seen Dreams as well, Dreams. Uh, if you like the dream sequence, Brad, you are gonna have some crazy fun with Dreams, with Kurosawa's Dreams from 1990.
Hmm.
That film has, I think, like two segments that look kind of similar, or just have that same feel as the dream sequence in this film.
I mean, in that dream sequence, just the painted sky, like literally painted sky, which I'm gonna guess Kurosawa had a hand in,
Hmm.
because it looked just kind of like his artwork. Yeah, that dream sequence is crazy. And then he basically wakes up and says he's surrounded by enemies, and it's kind of true. Um, at the end in a way.
Hmm.
But my just one of the most powerful scenes in this is that war scene where basically the emperor is known as the Mountain, and so when he goes to war, he basically sits in the middle of the fucking battlefield and does not move.
Does that move?
Literally does not move for anything, and he
Hmm.
is known as the Mountain for that. And the double basically takes on that persona. He is possessed by that, and he
Yeah.
does not move. He stays for like for these men who have died. What they think is their emperor, but it's just the double.
Yeah.
And he's moved to that point where he just sits and he just waits.
Yeah.
And then he's had. It's funny. It is like he's possessed because he had moments where he basically told his son off, and then that scene where he just sits and basically causes the enemy to just have to retreat.
Hmm.
But that just crazy on this whole story, this whole plot, just amazing storytelling in this.
Yeah. The cinematography is fantastic. I mean, what's it called? There, it's really amazing. So I haven't yet watched Doris Kaden because I didn't get the chance to when we were to do that film. I know that you have watched it, Brad,
Hmm.
but like, so you literally have seen the first film that Kurosawa did in color, and having seen, now all these films, it's like it's really interesting to see just how he incorporates lighting now. It's like, oh, so this is what Rashomon would have looked like,
Like
because
in
this
color.
looks fuck, man, this
I,
looks
I I mean
amazing.
because a lot of it's natural light. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of it, if not all of it, is natural lighting of just like the shadows, and that's
Yeah,
that's what a lot of this like literally is shadows.
yeah.
Because it's literally called the Shadow Warrior. Go figure.
The Shadow
Uh,
Warrior. Yeah,
but
yeah,
I just love that. Yeah, I don't know. It's always been the natural lighting for me. That was probably the first thing I really fell in love with Kurosawa's cinematography and direction was just that light through the leaves of the hidden fortress when they're walking. Just
yeah,
that scene is just very memorable to me.
yeah.
And and then they have water. They have rain
Oh
scenes,
yeah,
which nobody does better. Nobody
yeah,
does better than Kurosawa for a rain scene.
yeah.
Um,
Tarkovsky comes really close though.
He
Damn.
comes really close, and Blade Runner had a good rain
Yeah.
scene. But yeah, no
Also,
one
that final shot though, just him in the what's it called, in the ocean and in the water, and just like,
with the flag going
yeah,
by.
oh, man, bro. Yeah. I have one gripe with this, and it's the only thing that I keep it from giving it a full 10. Um, man, and I feel like this might have been a little bit of like, what's it called, input from Lucas and Spielberg, maybe. I don't know. I mean, not Spielberg. I'm sorry, Lucas and Coppola, maybe. But man, I feel like this score, the score doesn't fit the movie at
What
times, and it's
what
like,
there's some score you can tell that it's very Western themed.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
like there's two parts in this where it feels like that. The rest is definitely Kurosawa music, but there's like
yeah,
two scenes it does kind of throw you off because especially if you watch a lot of Kurosawa, I'm sure if you
yeah,
haven't watched a lot of Kurosawa, you're not even gonna fucking notice. But
yeah.
if you have watched a lot of Kurosawa, you're going, that's very Star Warsy.
Exactly. Yes, and it's like, part of me is like, okay, maybe that was just like that was input. Maybe that was also just him wanting to do something a little bit different. And I think that's the only part where it's like, "Ah, this doesn't work for
I
me."
don't know
And
if I
it's
can hate that enough to like take any points away from this.
that's why I take
But
only point five.
but I mean
With
but I
half a
mean I
point.
get where you're coming from. It does
Yeah,
kind of throw you off, especially if you're a Kurosawa fan and you've watched all the other movies
yeah,
and you're expecting like just that, the epic music from Japan,
yeah,
the flutes and all that. Oh, that flute scene by the way was pretty
yeah.
dope. Um
Oof.
But yeah,
I just love the whole point where he's like showing it, like in the beginning where they're showing him about like showing the people about the muskets,
yeah.
and it's like what's it called? Shoots, everybody gets scared, and he's like, "Hey, go calm them down. Go calm them down."
But yeah, yeah. I mean, I told you that was one of the reasons I didn't watch this like before now, like because I've seen like every other fucking Kurosawa epic, um, way
Hmm.
before this, and it's just I always feared that like Coppola, Spielberg, mostly Spielberg and Lucas would have had more of their hands in this than they should have,
Yeah,
and they were gonna like alter his vision. Well, that didn't happen. So I should
yeah.
have known better. Like the emperor wouldn't allow that. Do I think the
Let them
emperor let a little bit of all right, George, yeah, you paid a lot of you paid a lot
let
of
the
money.
students play a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Let's put a little bit of Star Warsy. Let's get your
yeah,
orchestra in here. Sure, fuck it. It's
yeah.
literally
Fuck
like
it.
30 seconds.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's the only thing that doesn't work for me here, and it's the only thing that kind of takes me out at times. And then I'm like, oh, it's fine, it's whatever. Or
And I know exactly which ones you talk because there's two
yeah,
scenes in here where the music is just very Star Warsy.
yeah, and I'm just like, I think it's like, come on, but like, I love the story. I love what's going to. I love the story. I think that like the story's so interesting. It kind of reminds you, like, also like, you know, in the end, this is what's wrong with, you know, nationalism and like patriotism. And it's like we are willing to put our lives on the line for these leaders. And that's not even your leader. It's like
No,
that's not even who you think it is. And it's like
no. Well, and what's bad is some of these like the fake leaders can end up being better than your real
better.
leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than the regular the ones you're
Well,
using. Yeah.
and then you see how the people like once they learn he's a double, like basically they throw
Mhm.
rocks at him. They literally throw rocks
Oh
at him and
yeah.
tell him to
Yeah, they
get
kick him
out.
out, throw rocks at
Yeah,
him.
and it's like this man basically ran the country with the help of the brother for three
Mm-hmm.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think that would have deserved a little more respect, but you know, I guess I get it.
Yeah. It's just also interesting how like, Kurosawa also like, tackles the what's it called what's the word I'm trying to say here, but the intervention of like Catholics in what's it called in Japan, because I think a little bit of that is also in Red Beer from what I've heard, but I don't remember, I don't know because I've never seen Red Beer, but it's like it's things that also like probably also influenced like Martin Scorsese when he made like Silence and stuff, but
Hmm.
those are just those are things that just fascinate me because of course like from what anybody knows, when anybody has ever done research on Kurosawa, that Japanese filmmakers really didn't like Kurosawa. He was too American for them. It's
Yeah, he's
way too
too
American.
he was playing too much towards the West.
Yeah.
But I think Japan came around when they realized that the whole reason Western cinema like accepted Japanese cinema was a
Because of
lot to do with
Kurosawa.
Kurosawa.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I love this film, y'all. It's just truly is. I think if you're gonna get through the filmography of Kurosawa, this is one of them that you can definitely get through.
Oh yeah,
Um,
this is one of his epics. This
yeah,
is his next to last epic, other than Ron.
yeah,
And I mean that is a those are great two to end on for his epics.
yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah. And I mean, it's once again another reminder, like, it doesn't matter with the movie slow. It needs to be this slow. It needs to make sure that it builds up to this. There's no way that you cannot be able to flesh
I
all of this out without that 3 hour runtime.
I will. Well, there's so many moving parts in this too, and so many
Yeah.
players that you have to have that 3 hour. And I will say it again. I always talk about how Seven Samurai could be 30 minutes less.
Yeah.
This movie cannot. This
Nope.
movie needs to be the full 3 hour runtime.
Yeah, it's like what's it called? This one's like there's always like you say, yeah. There's parts where I'm like, yeah, in 7 7 you could have cut this out, bro. But this, I'm just like
Every
he
scene was almost like a necessary. It was almost just every little like a mosaic. Like every
Mhm.
little piece had its place.
Yeah. I just God, I love this film, and Yeah, truly is one of the best work that he's done. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9.5, man. It's not. It's like I think it lands number 12 in my ranking at the moment, but it's because what's it called? Everything that's above this is just stuff that I'm like just too
Perfect.
damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and that's the thing. Like a 9.5 from Raul is basically a 10. Like
It's
let's be
I had
fucking
one.
real
Yeah,
here. Let's be fucking. That's basically a 10 in your book.
yeah,
So, I mean, I'm not mad at that.
yeah, yeah. I've got Dersu Uzala right on above it, and then I've got I Live in Fear under it.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, I can't complain. Like that's the thing. Kurosawa doesn't make a bad movie.
nah,
It's
nah.
kind of like with the Coens. Coens don't make a bad movie.
Yeah, not at all, man. Yeah, I mean, and then what I have above it, like, come on, I can't put this above Rashomon. I can't put this above Yojimbo, High and Low, Drunken Angel, Dreams, One Wonderful Sunday, Ikiru, Seven Samurai, Ran, and Throne of Blood. I can't do that.
He just has so many good films. It's
Yeah,
fucking ridiculous. Like One
yeah,
Wonderful Sunday. There's barely any dialogue in that goddamn movie, and it's perfect.
perfect, perfect, bro. Yeah, Brad, go ahead and tell him why you give this a 10.
Because it's fucking Kurosawa. It's a 10.
Yep,
Fucking 10.
it's a fucking 10. I mean, it's a really good reason, Brad. It's a really good reason. It's a really good reason. Yeah.
But for real, this movie storyline, it's it's written perfect. The dialogue fits it. The cinematography, it doesn't get much better. And
Hmm.
for a person who like fell in love with and still is in love with Kurosawa's black and white filmography, and who I hold that to like the highest of highs, this is damn near close to that.
Yeah.
This and Ron, the Emperor is the Emperor for a reason, and for that, I'm giving him a 10.
Yep. Um, last time we did a another Kurosawa month was July of last year, so maybe July of this year will be another Kurosawa.
Maybe,
Um,
maybe we'll do
I
it
don't know. I don't
later.
know when is the Emperor's birth month. um, oh, he
We
was
can just
born in March. Oh well, that was yeah. We did
yeah,
what's
so
it called.
we already
Yeah,
missed that.
yeah. September's our international film month, and that was the month that he died. It's all right. We can put it in July. Fuck it. We can
I
put it in
mean,
July.
we can do Kurosawa whenever. It's
Yeah.
always the Emperor's birthday.
Yeah, it's always yeah, yeah. But of course, yeah, we have so much other stuff from him to get to, and it's yeah. I mean, we're really getting there close, y'all. I checked my letterbox. I'm 53% done. 53% done with his
Yeah, over
movies, with his
half,
filmography. Yeah,
over half of a very very big
filmography.
filmography.
I guess 31 films, bro.
Yeah,
Like that's fucking nuts. That's nuts. And that's because one of them I haven't watched yet too. That we're supposed to be doing a mini pod for. And it's like, I still haven't watched Doja's Kaden. But like,
and see, I still haven't watched Dreams, so we
yeah,
might be tied on
yeah.
what we've
Well,
watched.
that percentage isn't counting Dreams because you want to know something, Brett? I was an idiot. I only rated Dreams. I didn't log it. So
Oh,
it's like if I've never seen this film.
that's shitty.
Yeah. So now when we get to Dreams, I'm gonna be
You can
logging
log
it
it.
for the first
Okay,
time, but it's gonna be my second time I watch it.
there ain't no problem with that. There
Yeah,
ain't no
that's
problem.
fine. I watched
Ain't
that
no
film
problem.
when I was in my 3 hour class, and I would get out when I'm like it was like really dark at night. And I was just like, I'm gonna log this real quick, and I would think that I logged it, but I didn't log it. And I feel like I cheat myself if I do it right now. And I'm like, oh, hi guys, I watched this, but I actually didn't watch it.
Watched it
I
a
just
while ago. God
I
damn it.
watched that like 3 years ago. I just forgot
God
to
damn it.
look. Yeah, but I love this movie, y'all. I want to get this movie on Criterion, but like at this
I
point,
need
it's like,
this. I need
fuck,
this in 4K.
he's a fucking
Ron's
4K,
in
man.
4K.
Yeah.
Like give me a bundle of 4K movies.
Yeah. I'm telling y'all, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. When are we getting the fucking first 4K from Kurosawa on
Where are we getting the box set 4K, yo?
next
I don't
month?
even buy
Yeah,
DVDs, and I would buy the shit out of that.
yeah. This is like the next month is the birth month, and they haven't announced the what's it called September titles yet. So Criterion, if you're trying to do something, please,
That'll be the
please
time.
stop teasing us hard. But I don't know, man. Uh, I love Kurosawa. Every like ever since I got into films and I got into what's it called his filmography. I learned about what he tried to do. I was like, yeah, I'm glad that every day I'm glad that he failed his suicide attempt, because this movie would have never been made. And I
No,
think
and
that his contributions to cinema and just his contributions to the world of art
and
would have
how
never been
much
continued.
and how much I bag sometimes on Lucas and Spielberg. They're partly the reason this film was even made.
Yeah,
So you gotta give them their credit there, and you gotta give them their credit that they didn't try to fuck with this too much.
nah. Like I said, I 100% believe that man would have just slapped him right
Yeah,
across
it's
the
just
face.
been like, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. I want to thank our patrons so much for. I'm sorry. I want to thank everybody who's listening to this episode or who watched this episode on YouTube. Thank you all so much for joining us here. Thank you to Kylie for joining us in the live chat during our live broadcast of this episode. Thank you so much, Kylie. We appreciate you. I want to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters who make this possible. Thank you so much, y'all. You are wonderful, especially our producers and our writers. Thank you so much to our executive producer, Shane, who Shane, I know, man, you were expecting the rain not to happen, and it fucking happened. But luckily, it wasn't like constant rain. It was just drizzle.
Just drizzle. So
Just
hopefully,
drizzle.
hopefully, you got a lot of sales. Did you hear?
Hopefully.
Did you hear on Libby? Did you see Libby's post?
About the arson?
Yeah, about the fucking
That shit's
hookah
fucking
shop.
crazy, dog.
That
Yeah,
shit's
that's pretty
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay. So before we end, I gotta tell. I guess I gotta tell what Libby's post says. Libby's post. So she has her salon in this shopping area,
Mm-hmm.
and on the other end, I'm hoping it was the other end. It sounds like it was on the other end. Was a hookah store or a
Mm-hmm.
hookah shop. I don't know if people went in there to smoke or buy the hookah. Well, apparently those people got evicted. They didn't take it very well, so they burnt the whole hookah shop down. Fucking crazy. It's crazy out here.
Some people have too much time on their hands to do this kind of stupid shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
But for Shane, you can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK underscore, or go buy something from the Suppy God at Prison City Vintage in Oakville?
Oak Hill,
Oak Hill, Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah. Um, Thank you so much to our writers, Tony
Hey, Tony.
at Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter, and of course our wonderful Kylie.
Thank you, Kylie.
Thank you, Kylie. Wait, there's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in this movie? Nope. Not for another 13 years will Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles make their silver screen debut. Yep.
They didn't make their
Uh,
comic debut close to this.
no, I don't know. I just 1993 is when the movie came out. That's all
Yeah.
I know. Either way, y'all. What's it called? Thank you, Kylie. Kylie P Sports. Kylie P Sports 90 on Instagram and Kylie PLI
Can
on
can we
Twitter.
just say the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie has
Fucking
no
awesome.
reason to be that fucking good?
It's fucking
There is
awesome.
no reason, especially the bath scene with Leonardo in the chair. Like, there is no reason for that fucking movie to
Yeah.
be that good.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm looking through Kurosawa's credits here, and an episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars is dedicated to him. It's in memory of him.
Huh,
Uh,
that's kind of nice.
I mean, the whole series should.
Well, I
So
mean,
every single movie should have a
I mean that
Kurosawa.
Sergio Leone should have that at the end of every movie
Yeah,
dedicated to Kurosawa. I mean,
yeah,
we could go through a lot of movies that you know,
yeah,
should be
yeah,
thanking this man.
yeah. Of course, we thank you all so much. We'll be live tomorrow for our last Airbender commentary, y'all. And yeah, guys, that's gonna fucking happen. Whether we like it or not, it's gonna happen. And we're here for it, I guess.
Yep. Might as well get out of the way.
All right, Brad. Let's get him out of here. Send him out.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Kylie for joining us today in chat. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And I guess to end this episode, what I have to say is never will anything to your son. Will it to your grandson, because your son's going to be a shithead and end your kingdom. That's all I'm saying. It's the
Yep.
truth. Watch this movie.
I mean, fuck, man, that is a fucking constant theme in all of his movies.
All of his movies. It's your son
Your
will
sons
fuck
ain't
your
worth
shit up.
Your sons ain't worth shit.
Sons ain't worth shit. Don't give them nothing. That's literally it. Let's be real here. The double did way fucking better with barely any training on this. I kept the kingdom going for 3 years, and the son ends it in like, I don't know, 6 months.
Mhm.
Fuck. That's it. I'm done. Young Yoda out.